Good evening and welcome to Damage Does D&D. Tonight we plunge back into the elusive tide and we are mid-battle. DM Jake, why don't you fill us in? Not
Okay.
literally.
So, I can if you
No.
want me.
Use your words.
So, last we left off, you had kind of finished up your conversation with the Sphinx Ahanra, kind of finalizing the deal you made, her giving you these powerful items in exchange for you promising to help her find a way out of the realm you find yourselves in. Along with that, you had a new crew member in the form of Ohana, who had began to kind of integrate herself into the crew. You sailed a bit longer, having various discussions about where you were, about the threat that looms on Iris's back, and about what you're going to do to get out of here as Klein's trident is beginning to point you in a direction. As you do go, you see a large wall on one of the islands off to your right, one gilded with gold, with giant statues that Lack investigates and discovers the figures that Quarantine had seen from the cage she woke in this realm. You go to investigate on Aldris's request, him seemingly knowing something about this wall and this location. Something about Alice comes to mind. And you found yourselves in an altercation with a rather vicious-looking person who attempted to beguile the minds of some of the crew, but thanks to Ilis's intervention, has been thwarted. And right now there are 3 enemies left for you to tangle with. So we're gonna pick up. Lack, do you want me to? Are you able to do your turn? Or
Yeah.
to...
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so Lack, you're up with Zerut preparing for me, please.
Okay, so I'm going to see the captain over here playing with his friend, and I'm going to zoom over there, and then I'm going to take a shot at that beastie that Poe's playing with.
Okay, make the attack.
That's 27 to hit.
27. I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit.
Need some dice.
That is you.
Need lots of dice, I should say.
You do get sneak attack as it is engaged by Poe.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and 1 of them. So that's 10, 11, 16 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
If it's still standing, I'll take a second attack with my other hand crossbow.
No, it is not still standing.
Okay,
It
I won't.
collapses from the arrow striking it.
I will. Can I see anyone else? Oh, there's another beastie next to Aldris, isn't there?
There's the one next to Aldris who seems to be staggering, and Ilis has done something to.
Okay.
And then there was the one that Klein went for a dip with.
Could I see the one that's... Oh, no, that's in the water, isn't it? So that I'll just stay here. Yeah, that's me. I'm done.
So just for context, everybody would have seen Ilis extend a hand towards this thing, and then like a circlet of moonlight would have appeared around its head, sort of constricted inwards, and then dissipated.
And you would have seen the bloody haze just fade from her eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be there about 20 feet in the air.
Okay. End of your turn. It's Zerut's turn with Quarantine preparing.
So have we got left? Is someone right next to Aldris?
There's one next to Aldris and one down in the water.
Okay. Is the one next to Aldris the one that was like charmed for a bit?
Yep.
Seemed to have something affecting her, similar
And-
to what affected Quarantine.
Were we trying to not kill that person?
We were certainly trying to keep one of them alive so we could ask questions. But that's up to you. You're the captain.
You are the captain.
Yeah,
You make
this
the
is
rules.
more just me being tired and not remembering what happened.
That's fair enough.
I don't suppose I'd particularly know that person was down in the water. Other than
You would have seen Klein go for a dip.
Yeah, and from where I am, I can probably see Balkan.
Yeah, you can see Balkan kind of dropping into the water to chase after.
Right. Okay. I am going to move over to there. And I'm going to point my revolver directly at this person right in front of me. And just say, stand down and come quietly.
She seems a little too shocked to make a full response, but
Okay. I'll also bring Tentacles over. And yeah, Poe's just going to appear right there. Actually, when Poe appears, he was in his mirthful form, if I remember.
yes, I believe so.
Which means that they can force a wisdom save, being charmed by me on fail.
Okay. Wisdom savings.
Must say, I do like the new tokens.
Mm.
They're pretty
Yes.
cool, aren't
They are very cool.
I tried to use the most up-to-date images that people have generated.
they?
So
It did take a while to realise that Aldris wasn't a baddie.
That's normal for me, to be fair.
That's a 10 on the wisdom save.
That's a fail.
Okay.
Okay.
So what does
Well,
that mean for her?
she's charmed by me.
Okay.
But Poe always moves after me, so I couldn't exactly offer the threat after charming.
Yeah. There we are. Anything else from you, Zarich?
Yeah, I'll just let people know. I'll say something about don't attack this one.
Okay. Quarantine, you're up with Eyeless preparing.
I'm going to casually wander over to the edge and look over. See if I can see what's going on.
Make a quick perception check. It won't be an action for this.
23.
23. You can see her and Klein kind of embattled under the water.
How is she looking? Because I know we wanted.
Looking quite rough.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ready a. Actually, I'm going to send a message to Klein.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, I hope you have a jolly good plan down there. Do make us aware if your plans happen to change at all, won't you?
Klein, plan.
Just going to go
I mean,
see
it's
if...
possible.
I'll say that, Klein, you can respond with a short response if you wish.
Righto.
The perfect
That works.
response.
It's in character.
Very
And then,
fine.
if I'm allowed, I'll just say out loud. Klein seems to think he has it under control. And that's it.
Okay. Eyeless, you're up with Kirkin preparing.
Roger, Dodger. 5, 10, 15 to there. Oh, shit. I am going to take this person by the arm and lead them backwards away from the precipice.
Okay. As she's kind of charmed and a little bit kind of shocked, she doesn't resist.
Roger, Roger. So 5, 10, 15 back to there and get her to follow me.
She is still kind of lingering her view to On's route, though.
Yeah.
Anything else, Linus?
No, I'm going to leave it at that. I've only got one spell slot, so I kind of need to save it.
Okay.
Me too.
Kirkin, you're up with me preparing.
Yeah, before the combat had loaded properly, I thought I had full health and just got a shock.
Yeah, I think that's what I can see through the encounter builder.
No, that's fine. That's fair.
So, but you do have full temporary hit points, so I will update that on you. So, what would you like to do, Kirkin?
Sorry, I'm going to use my prayer of healing, which I can use to target 6 creatures of my choice. Up to
Is
6
this
creatures of my
from
choice.
your staff?
From my staff.
That one
Which still
takes 10
has half
minutes
of
to
its...
cast.
Oh, bollocks, I missed that part.
Yeah, I've done that before as well.
Yeah.
So, oh, that'll be brilliant. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
instead
everyone
I'm
with the
going
cleric
to
went,
use...
"Ooh."
Sorry, gonna use mass healing word instead.
Okay.
It's still 6 creatures of my choice, but it's not quite as snacky.
Absolutely.
Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't have any. Fuck's sake. Right. Healing Spirit is the best I can do here.
Okay.
I'm going to create Healing Spirit if I can have my
I will go and retrieve
token
your
for
little
that.
bird. There we go. There's your healing spirit. You may place it where you wish.
I do not have control of my bird.
Do you not? There we are. Should do now.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to pop him there. There.
Okay.
Right, the next 3 people who pass through that space restore 1d6 hit points with no action required, so
Very handy.
you just have to move through it, and I am concentrating while that's up. Only has 3 charges, so you might have to fight for it.
It should be 4 charges.
4 charges?
Sure.
You're going to claim a
Sure.
charge for
Oh, yeah,
yourself?
sorry. How many more times?
One plus your wisdom, so
1 plus
4
my wisdom,
charges.
so yeah, 4 times. In that case, yeah, I will move through it as well.
Okay.
Kind of
Roll
going
the
in a
healing for
dash
yourself
way
there.
to get a bit of that for myself, so that one's off. Jesus Christ,
Okay.
I swear I'm organised. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. My
Don't
turn.
forget your
with Klein
1d6.
preparing.
For 4 whole points of healing.
She doesn't get that back, which is giving her a problem. So, she is currently grappled by you, Klein. She just kind of has these bloody claws in the water, kind of being held by you. She's just kind of try and scratch at you with them, desperate and slightly panicked. The first attack is a 23 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. 3. No, that's a D8. You take 15 points of necrotic damage and can't regain hit points until the start of the that person's next turn.
Hey.
And then the second attack is a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. Kind of struggling with you in the water. Did she get that back? No. Struggling with you in the water, not really able to do much. That's her turn. It's your turn, Clyde.
At the end of her turn, I think she takes damage from the flaming orbs.
Yeah. So she has to make is that a dex save she has to make?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was the second level I cast it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because I'm running out of spell slots as well.
Yeah.
Need long rest.
Dex 16.
8.
Oh, fails. 2d6. 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Is it halved or something because she's in the water?
It is slightly dampened because she is in the water, but she's starting to look very rough. The water's boiling into her. So that's her turn. Klein, you're up with Aldris preparing.
Yep. Does it look like this twat can breathe underwater?
You can't really tell. She's got a full mask over her mouth and nose, but she seems. You can try making an insight check. I won't take your action to do that.
Viddy never needs to use an action to make an insight check. It's a free action for him.
It's an innate ability.
It's not a bad roll. So 17.
17. She doesn't seem perturbed by being under the water. She seems perturbed by the fact she can't get out of your grip.
Okay.
Head batter.
Well, we'll see how this goes, but my bonus action as I am Rajaying will be for her to make a dex save.
7. Blimey.
Fails, so
Atrocious.
takes what's the plus on that? Find it. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's just that. So she takes 5 points of lightning damage.
Very nice.
And I will try and stab her with my trident with one attack.
Okay, roll the attack.
She's grappled, so it's nothing, is it? Because I'm holding
No
her.
change. She just can't move.
So that's 18 to hit her.
18 hits.
So that is quite a low roll. 10 points of piercing damage.
Very nice.
How is she looking?
Looking very rough. There's a lot of blood in the water around you.
And yeah, the old trident will come out again, and I'll try and stab her again.
Okay, roll the attack.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Definitely hits. Roll the damage for me.
Lock her up.
Unfortunately, that's out of range of your guardian item. They're eyeless, so you can't negate that crit.
Oh, damn.
So that's 3, 6, 12, 14 points of piercing
Oof.
damage.
nice.
She is looking a lot more panicked now.
And I'm going to, as I still have her grappled, how far down was I?
I believe you were about 15 feet down.
Okay.
So you're not incredibly deep, but you're starting to get that way.
Yep. I will swim back up, grapple to her, still obviously pulling her back up, with her who is her body will be what they can see in the water, essentially.
Okay,
So
so
she is
you're
visible
going to
to others.
grapple and force her to the surface now.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
but keep hold of her. Yeah, I've got 50-foot swimming speed, so even though we're grappled, I'm
Yeah,
assuming I
the
can make it.
25 feet movement you have, which is enough to get to the surface. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Aldous, you are up with Balkan preparing.
Okay. So they are how far away down the cliff?
I believe it's a 20-foot
20,
drop.
yeah.
20-foot
You
drop.
said 20 last
Okay,
time.
and she's now at the surface. Awesome.
She's now at the surface, so she's just 20 foot down from the
Okay,
edge.
I would like her to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. She's been notoriously good at these so far.
Yeah, this is where it all changes.
15.
15 is what she needed, so she succeeds.
Okay. Anything else, Aldris?
Would that have been with disadvantage because she was grappled?
I don't believe grappled affects
What, a
saving
dex save?
throws.
Interesting point, though.
Yeah, no, grappled only does only prevents them from reduces their movement to 0. It's restrained that does that. It is a weird one, but unfortunately,
And just that seems a bit of an oversight, to be honest.
Bit
yeah.
weird, but you know,
Well, I suppose
it
like
is what it is.
she can dodge out of the way, but she can't move away from Klein
Okay,
as part of it.
that's fair.
So, anything else, Aldris?
No, that would be my go. Thank you.
Balkan, you're
I
up
just-
with me, then Lack preparing.
So I would have heard that we want to try and keep one alive, and it's just floating on the surface.
Fucking go smash.
There's splashing and
Is
blood
this how we-
in the water around there.
Accidentally end up keeping everyone alive for lack of clear communication.
Yeah, absolutely spot on.
Well, I don't want to kill her. Can I like lift her out and pop her right in the middle of everyone else? Sorry.
If Klein allows you to, you can make an attack roll against her first. See if you can grab hold of her, and then
Just maneuver my way through the janky D&D.
Isn't it an auto grapple anyway if you
'cause when you hit it, you automatically grapple. So that's what I'm going from.
6. 12.
No, unfortunately not. Though she's splashing about, you can't really get in to grab just her, and you'd possibly be grabbing Klein.
I was
So-
going to say I do not resist if that happens, but I do not let go of her.
Okay, I'll say that you can then grab her and Klein, but you're not going to be able to do any damage.
Okay,
You can
that's
just
fine.
move her up.
Can I position them both? So I want to put her in the middle, so like, and then maybe Klein next to Quarantine.
So like that.
Yeah, that'll do. No, put Klein on the bottom, because then I can get up there if I need to.
Okay.
And then with a free tentacle, I'll just sort of wave at the rest of them.
You just see Klein and this bloodied-looking cult figure come out of the water, and she's just kind of dropped down. She looks up and looks at you, Zarut, holding your gun out in that position.
And with my bonus action, I'll make the flaming orb go above me and just start circling my head like a halo, just for shits and giggles. That's me.
Okay. That's Balkan. The figure next to you, Eyeless, is just kind of... She's looking at Zarut. Does she get to remake the save at the end of her turns there, Zarut?
Double checking. Probably. It's usually how these things work. For 1 minute or until the target takes damage.
Okay, good to know. She's still kind of facing Zarut, but you sense either she's trembling and something's not quite right with her outside of that charm that Poe has placed on her.
Right. Okay.
So,
So I'm going to use some of my protection around her. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull her close.
okay. So that's the end of her turn. Lack, you're up.
Hey, as I hear all this going on, I'm just going to sort of hover above the captain and hold an action that if she makes an aggressive move, I'm going to shoot her.
Okay.
She sneezes. Suddenly a bolt appears from her forehead.
Okay. Anything else, Lack?
No, that's me.
Okay. Zarut, you're up with quarantine preparing.
I am going to step back and order the pair of them to be bound and just placed or positioned next to each other on their knees.
Okay.
So I can have a chat with them both.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Quarantine, you're up with Eyeless preparing.
I'm just going to keep my eye out for anything else dangerous, any more vampires or anything like that crawling out the woodwork. Basically, anything other than the two that we've captured that makes an aggressive move towards anyone here.
Doesn't seem to be.
Well, I'm keeping my eye out anyway, and I'm going to prepare a frostbolt if something was to happen.
Okay. Eyeless, you're up with Kirkham preparing.
I'm going to continue my move back to here and sit her down on the rocks and start checking her over, just see if I could find out what is wrong with her.
Make a medicine check for me, please.
20.
20. She's bleeding heavily and you notice in her back, she has a couple of these rather vicious looking hooked daggers, and blood is just pouring out of those wounds. You don't think she's got particularly long to live.
Okay.
And with the 20, you get the sense that those daggers had something nasty on them as well.
Do I get the sense that if I use the last of the magic I've got left, I would be able to stop at least some of it?
Is the last of the magic you've got something like a revivify? Because you suspect in a couple of minutes she's going to pass.
No.
And
I've got...
healing is not going to help her outside of prolonging.
So Alice is going to kneel down in front of her, and he's going to put his hands on the side of her face. Tell me everything. You don't have long left.
She nods, and she will on her turn. Is that all, Alice?
Yep.
Okay. Kirkham, you're up with me preparing.
I would have moved back to there to shield her with my body if needs be. But I'm expecting this piece of shit to try and attack her.
Combat is still technically going on, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. There is still a hostile creature in your midst.
Can you ping them? Tell me, so I can...
The one that flying is grappling. She's still kind of snarling and trying to claw and break free of Klein's grasp.
No. I have fuck all I can do. Who's most fucked for health at the moment?
You.
Me, yeah.
You and me.
You and Klein.
And then quarantine.
If I opt not to move, can I cast twice?
No, unfortunately not.
No. Ooh, but I have a spell that can use as a bonus action.
Yes, there are.
So
Such
I will
spells,
cast...
so you can't cast 2 leveled spells in a turn. Do remember that?
2.
So you can cast a
Okay.
cantrip and a spell in turn, but you can't cast 2 spells.
But only if one's a bonus action, one's an action, or 2 are bonus actions, because you can cast a bonus action as an action.
So if I had 2 first level spells, 1 an action and 1 a bonus action.
You could only do one of them.
Okay. In that case... Oh, stupid map. I shall move to here. Kind of doing a scurvy around. But I know that's when my movement, because this has to be
That's where
touch.
Klein is currently.
Yes. Moving
So
up so I can...
You'd have to be next to him there.
Yep, that's round, so I can touch Klein and cast Cure Wounds on him for...
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 4 whole points because I rolled a fucking 1.
Oh.
I don't get him anyway.
Oh, yeah. Klein can't recover
Why not?
hit points because of the attack. I'd forgotten about that as well. Yeah, you go to cast and you watch it all just turn to blood and flow down his arm.
Kirkin's very mild-mannered thief. Doesn't get annoyed easily, but he gives Klein a look that almost looks like disappointment.
Is he calling bullshit?
Sorry, I did remember,
Close
but I couldn't say anything because that may have swayed your position as your character. So
No, that's fair. Kirkin wouldn't have known that, so that's fine.
Okay. So, is that the end of your turn there, Kakan?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So, the figure.
We're all sweetly grouped up around her, just, you know, for fun.
Are yeah, I apologise for this, but it's
No,
what
just
she's
do it.
gonna do.
Just do it. I saw it coming.
So
but...
she kind of struggles against you for a bit, Klein, and then who's in front of her? Aldrich. You'd probably notice this. She just gets. You can't see it in her mouth. You can see it in her eyes. This vicious grin, and you watch all of the wounds on her begin to boil and boil as she explodes in a shower of blood.
Nice.
I need everybody
Blood shower.
in this radius, which is basically the entire party except for the one prisoner that you've got, to make
Who's about to die anyway.
Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I'll take that. Natural 20 for 24.
That is a success. So what we will do is I'm going to go down the initiative order, and I'd like you to have your numbers ready.
Can I just ask a question?
You may.
If there is I think I ask this every single time, but if there's not a saving throw for Constitution on the octopus, do I
It's
just
just the Constitution. You roll it, add the Constitution.
okay plus 1 then.
Has
The octopus
Olkin
is
pulled
Constitution.
himself up, or is he still 20 feet down?
I pulled myself up because I was waving because I
You
put
pull
Klein up.
yourself up to put them there.
Why don't we have a paladin? We've got a spare one in my campaign. Why have you
Spare.
got one here?
You've
be
got
fair,
no paladins in this campaign. You've
I
got
mean-
2 of them in the other one.
In fairness, depending on how much damage this does, we might end up with a couple of extra paladins this time.
Yeah.
That's true. Be careful what you wish for.
So I'm rolling with the Constitution of the octopus, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Yeah, Constitution, the octopus. Okay. So,
Would that spell have had a gestural component?
it does not appear to be a spell.
Let's all just
Black.
accept our deaths.
Lack. Your Constitution saving throw for me.
14.
14. That is a failure. You take 27 points of necrotic damage.
does that, just for lack, does that count if he's 20 foot up in the air?
Yeah, I think I'd still
He
be
was-
running the curve
He
of
was
the.
hovering just above Zarut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
Lack takes 27 points of necrotic damage. Zarut.
20.
That's a success. You take 13 points of necrotic damage. I should say also, like, you are incapacitated.
Okay, so I'd
until
fall
the
to the
next
ground then.
Pardon?
I'd fall to the ground then. So I'd
You
need
fall
to
to the ground.
as well.
You take an additional 2 points of bludgeoning damage. You hit the floor.
Harsh. It's like salt in the wound.
Sorry.
I assume Lack wouldn't have got his attack of his held attack off before that happened.
No.
I was
Because
holding
it kind of
very aggressive things, and to me, that's a proper attack, not someone sort of goes and
not
explodes.
just exploding.
Yeah.
She is dead, by the way. So
I've just rolled for Poe. It's 13 or 14.
13.
That's a fail.
Yeah, that's a failure. 27 points of necrotic. Quarantine.
23.
23. That's a success. You take 13 points of necrotic damage. Eyeless.
Not only for 24.
That's a success. 13 points of necrotic damage. Perkin.
14.
14. That is a failure. 27 points of necrotic damage.
And with that, Kirkham is still standing.
Good work.
Don't question it.
No one's down
3 hit
yet.
points for the win.
I was certain that was going to drop me to 0.
Temporary hit point. That's what it does. That takes
Temporary hit points really do help.
Yeah.
Oh, that was spicy.
Can I just ask, if that had knocked her down, would that have killed her because it was necrotic damage?
You
Yes.
can have your theories if you wish. I will say,
What a great
not all
answer.
necrotic damage instantly kills. This necrotic damage does. Klein,
Klein's dead.
what was your con save?
Massive failure. I rolled a 2 with a +6.
It was a 2. And you didn't have any temporary hit points?
Nope,
Because I
because I
imagine
lost
you
them,
did.
and Eilish tried you last time, but I was too far down.
Of course.
And I had 26 hit points left.
Ooh.
I see. Okay.
R.I.P. mate.
Okay.
Goodbye, Captain.
So Klein collapses next to you, Quarantine. To be fair, you were right on top of her. Okay. Aldris.
Natural 1 for 2.
Oh,
That's a failure. You take 27 points of necrotic damage,
I'm fine.
and you are incapacitated for
Yep.
a round. And Balkan.
17.
17. That is a success. You met the DC there. So you take 13 points of necrotic damage and are not incapacitated. And I will say that that is where we will exit initiative. Interesting tactic to bring the spellcaster that had a massive AoE that they could do right into the middle of all of you.
Yep.
But
Fantastic.
fair enough.
Gotta be done.
So,
Pirates.
this explosion happens and Klein falls to the floor. What would you like to do?
Line?
Am I also incapacitated?
You failed, so yeah, Kirk, you're incapacitated. It's just for a couple of seconds, the three of you that do get kind of knocked for 6 there.
seeing Klein down, I'd go over and cast Cure Wounds on him
Doesn't seem to have any effect.
for 11 points. I know, but that's what I'd do.
Fine. I start shaking his shoulders.
I think he's gone.
There's no response from Klein.
My entire focus is on this person in front of me at the moment.
I will say, Ilis, with your perception, you do know that Klein has just fallen to the floor from this magic, and you, considering the mission you were charged with, and what you would know about this magic potentially,
Would the pendant I gave him and blessed for him have had any effect on this? Because
I will
read
keep in mind. Keep it in mind.
Right. So I will move, and I will grab Perkin, and I will point at the other one, and I will basically push Kirkin towards the other one and make him go and listen to her story immediately.
Okay. I go as directed.
Okay.
Eyeless just walks up and he basically pulls the two straps from his breastplate. Top and bottom just falls away. And he basically strips himself to the waist, and you'll just see these sort of incised in parts of his skin on his back, the runes of the Moon Mother. And he walks over to Klein, and he's not going to try and do anything else, but he's basically going to try and at least see if he can use the last vestiges of what he's got left to try and at least delay until we can get back to the surface.
Okay. So, what are you going to use here? You can use any of your magic?
Yeah, so I'm going to use the... I'm going to basically just going to expend everything I've got left. Pulling all of the vestiges of the magic that I would have used for my Steps of Night, for my Eyes of Night, for my Channel Divinity, everything I've got left. So I've got a charge of my Channel Divinity, I've got 3 charges of the Steps of Night, I've got a charge of Eyes of Night, and I've got a first level spell slot, and I'm going to use whatever I've got left.
Okay. First of all, I would like you to roll a spellcasting ability check. So, basically roll a spell attack, and tell me what you get.
Yeah, we'll take that. Just a straight spell attack, yeah?
Yeah, straight spell attack.
25.
25. I am now going to roll a d100. If I roll below 25, then your gambit will succeed. We'll just quietly ignore that that was a d12
we need
and not
a box of doom.
Yeah, we do.
We need dice cam.
We'll roll it in roll 20.
I've
Yeah.
rolled it. I've already rolled it.
Okay.
Oh, it's never going to focus,
Yeah,
is it?
we can't see that.
19.
19. Nice.
So, you all watch Eyeless kind of rush over to Klein, kind of bringing in this magic, and for a brief moment you see kind of, you might not see it in the water above, but this shaft of moonlight just pierces through and kind of enshrouds both of them. And for a couple of seconds you watch it happen before Klein, you suddenly take in a sharp breath and are brought back on 1 HP. I will say that until you rest, Klein, you have a -1 to all d20 rolls.
Yeah.
And you'll just basically just see Eyeless sink back on his knees and then just keel over and collapse on one side.
If I see that, I'll immediately come out of octopus form and try and help him up or see if he's alright.
Crowd him.
So as the Water Genasi Hot Boys do their thing, Kirkin, this kind of scared-looking figure, looks up at you. You can see the blood all over her, kind of in pain.
I'm going to crouch down and kind of hold her. You know, now's not her moment to be intimidating.
Are they all right?
So, was she saying that?
Yes.
Because I
that's
can
what
barely
she
hear
said.
you.
Sorry. Are they all right?
They will be fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, there is no need to apologize for what you could not control.
think your very shining friends, the Moon One, could tell I don't have long.
What did you wish to tell us?
Something's happened to my order. All of us. We are priests and champions of our mistress. But someone came, this Scaradon, with these pale leeches. And many of the champions and priests became obsessed with them. And, well, you saw what happened to her.
She was one of yours?
Yes. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Vulcan. And I've tried praying to the mistress, but I hear nothing.
We will ensure that your soul is commended to her. These creatures represent an evil we have already faced and are fighting on her behalf.
Fear what my siblings would do. You see her kind of grow a little bit dizzy. Thank you. As she then kind of keels forward into you.
I'll hold on to her until I'm sure she's gone, then lower her to the ground.
Kind of hold on to her and you don't feel a pulse after a few seconds. And just lay her on the floor. So.
Quarantine's just gonna let out a bit of a sob and just sort of mumble, because she would have been leaning over Klein and sort of shaking him and just sort of, yeah. She'd be going, there are other ways to get out of going out with me, this is a bit extreme.
I would have gone over as well and did my cure wounds.
Yeah.
My last. So I don't know if it takes effect though.
Who are you casting on?
Klein.
It does take effect.
Okay.
Klein
15 points.
Very shallowly breathing. And you are conscious now, Klein.
Yep. So with that bit of a revitalizing heal from bulking, I can't even speak now. Bulkin, Hulkin. I'll kind of sit up, still very slowly, and put my hand on Arlis's chest, and will be, well, at least, suppose that's a thank you, really. Oh dear. What a stupid bloody idea bringing her into the group, eh? It was good fun though, wasn't it? Right?
Did I do that?
You did.
I think the ship and my bed is calling the name, Captain. Here we go.
Yes, Clyde, let's go rest.
Captain, would you like me to bring one of these with us? Maybe we could have a little chat later on.
Yes, probably a good idea.
Mr. Kirkin, if you would, bring along your little friend there. Maybe we'll have a chat with her.
I cannot recommend that you take her head. Unless you have another method of speaking to her.
I wasn't going to keep her head. I mean, I could do if you want me to, but I was just gonna, have a little chat with her once we're on board ship. To see if we can find any more information out. If that's okay with you, Captain.
If there is no risk in doing so, then...
Well, there's always a risk, isn't there? With whatever you do. But we are pirates, are we not? In the business of taking risks.
Yes. I'll just...
Plus, it'll look good on my belt later.
As client's being led away, I'll just go up to him and go, I'm sorry for, getting you killed.
Oh, no. She's dead, but, we were told at the beginning, keep one alive, right? I'm out for 2 seconds and they can't even do that.
Yeah, wasn't the smartest move.
Hey, we didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay.
These bloody cultists. Evil bastards, aren't they? Don't worry, Balkan. I know what'll help me, though. Bake your sausages.
Okay. I better go and check on Eyeless as well.
Yeah, go and check on him. I think he's used the Moon Mother quite a lot.
Condition Eyeless is in.
Are you still kind of a bit out of it there, Eyeless?
Yeah,
you see Eyeless
he
out of
drained
his...
practically everything he got left.
I will just do a first level cure wounds. I don't know if it will help or not, but I'm not.
Roll a healing for me, please.
8+4.
I also want to try something weird.
I mean, weird is fun.
Careful, your video is showing.
9 points of healing.
9 points of healing. I'll let Eyeless decide whether or not he comes to from that.
The way that I convert my spell slots into
sorcery
points and vice versa, I'm wondering if, with a connection to Eyeless while he's like this, if I can convert my spell slot into energy for him or something weird like that.
Your magic is very inherently destructive. You are a storm sorcerer. I would say that it would be difficult, and you possibly might not even know where to start by doing that.
Okay, it's just an idea.
So his breathing would probably become more even, but he probably wouldn't regain consciousness at this point.
I will just keep going with cure wounds. I've got 3 more spell slots.
You probably get the idea that after the first one, his breathing's evened out, so he doesn't need more healing. He just needs rest.
Yeah, but he's not the smartest octopus in the world.
Is there, or are there, should I say, any remnants, relics of Orala here that are not these giant golden statues? Is there anything else of her symbolism in this palace?
An investigation check.
What's left of Kamikaze lady?
Chunky kibble.
16.
That's it. 16. You kind of looking around, looking through the rubble. Something catches your eye over in the fountain.
Right.
Across the little gully.
Bigfoot!
What was that?
Bigfoot?
I'm afraid. Bigfoot's after us.
Bigfoot.
Oh no. Roll initiative.
Ah!
I just did 1 more spell, so there's another 7 points for us.
Roger, Roger.
Could I just have a fly around the area out to around the sea? Because I seem to remember this is quite a small enclosed space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just have a fly around, just check for any danger or anything like that. Anything
Make a perception check for me.
anomalous.
Could I jump across there?
What's your strength score, Aldris?
13.
13. So with a 10-foot run up, you can clear 10 feet, so that's perfectly doable.
Okay. I will jump across and go and find the shiny thing.
You find a single gold coin, though differently to many of the ones that you've seen before. This one seems to be a little bit larger, with this image of an elven woman with a crown upon her head on one side, and on the other side you just see a smooth face of gold.
Do I recognise the features of the face?
Make a history check.
Is it Orala?
Yes.
It is. Okay, well, I'll do a history check anyway. It's an 18.
18. Yeah, this is a very large. It seems to be like it reminds you of the coin that you used to work with, but it's obviously a larger novelty one that has been cast into this fountain. It's very shiny.
Pocket the coin.
Okay.
I only got 13 for my perception check.
13 perception check. So a lot of rubble, a lot of water, not much else.
Okay.
Klein is slowly using his trident as like a walking stick. If there is anybody helping him, he will put an arm over their shoulder, but is definitely slowly walking back to the ship.
Quarantine probably would, not that she's very strong.
My tentacle will be wrapped around you and gliding along, helping.
Yeah.
So,
and that's just from quarantine.
Is there anything else you wish to do, or do you want to return to the ship?
In order not to waste the lovely bird, I will walk through it.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. You regain
So it's a
1d6 healing,
D6,
isn't it,
is it?
Kirkin, if
Okay.
you roll it?
1d6. 1d6 hit points.
Oops, 5. Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you
Nice.
regain 5 hit points.
I don't think Klein has
to
noticed
long
it. So
rest
he's...
immediately.
Yeah.
So, I'll say that you can get back to the ship. No problem.
I will be carrying the poor dead cultist girl.
Okay. Branwen and Mysis kind of the crew on the deck kind of alert Branwen and Mysis, and they both come up and they take Branwen takes Eyeless down below decks, and Mysis kind of looks at you, Kirk, and says, "And who is this?"
A poor soul who met her end at the hands of the cultists.
I see. You notice. Make a quick either perception or insight check for me, Kirkin.
Perception or insight? What do I have better? My mouse is not working. Perception. Oh yeah, that'll be an insight. For 19.
19. You notice that Mysis and Proshka and the other members of the crew are eyeing the body that you're carrying with suspicion.
Is something amiss?
You get the sense that they don't trust the body, or perhaps the symbolism that the body has. Remember, she's still wearing those robes, the hooded ones with that drooping anglerfish allure.
Impressive.
Which I would suspect that Zarut, Klein, Black or Quarantine may remember.
Yeah, it's the cultist that killed the captain, the original captain.
Whichever one of them is at a loose end, then I will request that they find some spare robes that would be more appropriate for a burial than the ones that condemned her, or the ones that controlled her.
We can always, if it's a problem, just keep her head.
No. I'm afraid not.
It's up to you. I can work with just the head if you need me to.
I think my only question is why.
Information, I believe.
No, why you brought this one?
Her order was taken over by the creatures that we hunt now. And such was the corruption that she could no longer hear the voice of the god she prayed to. I promised her that we would commend her soul to its peace, and not the ones that stole her life.
Interesting. Mice just kind of looks at the body for a moment, and then they kind of turn to the other crew members and get to Branwyn and assist her. We'll deal with this. And they kind of look to you, Zarut, and it's like, Captain, do what investigating you can. I have a suspicion. And they make their way down. They make their way below deck as well.
On the way down, Klein will kind of like be near them, and I'll just be like, "Oi, Poshka,
Yeah.
I got one up on you now.
In what way?
I nearly died, like for real this time.
Yeah. It makes you weaker than me.
You should have seen it though. And weaker, when I'm back at full health, I'll tell you who's weaker."
Yeah, you.
He kind of just like really like wickedly like slaps her on the shoulder, and is just like, "I'm going to bed now."
Okay, so what are the rest of you up to? And I'll move us to the world map.
I will be standing by with the body to clean her and change her robes.
You see these various... You look at these robes and you see these depictions of these fish with these long, thin, razor-looking teeth. This kind of small, like fleshy appendage on the front with a light looking on the front. Very macabre, all black and red, stained with her blood.
Captain. I'm not sure we should stay here much longer, but I think we need to. We can't afford to rest, and we need to rest.
We need to get out of this damn place. Right, we keep sailing, we keep going.
I will, hearing this, I will walk to the wheel and get the ship underway.
Okay.
Something good to happen again. We don't have anything in us to stop it.
Well, look, just turn around to see Aldris manning the helm and sort of nod, like confirmation of orders.
Okay.
We'll just all
Um,
salute and carry on.
Make a quick perception check for me, Zaru.
Not that one. That one. Wow. 19.
19. You see Morris fly down and perch on your shoulder, and you see that he has a scrap of paper held in his beak.
Oh. Thank you.
Message? You see written on it is a short message saying, "Seek haven in the forgotten. Seek haven in the forgotten ahead." And it's signed M.
We've now got the head of MI5 on our side. Yes.
What could go wrong with Dame Judy Dench has her back?
We have a national
Precisely.
treasure. We're fine.
I will say as well, Jade,
Yeah.
that Klein will lay down on his bed and keep his trident very close. And I think...
Trident's very insistent on pointing the way that the ship is currently going.
Yes. And with that, he will basically... He's battle-hardened, so I think he would be able to take a short rest of somewhat, even if it does take longer than an hour. Mainly to obviously regain some hit points, and then he will get back up on deck so the trident can keep pointing for Aldous and everyone to see. But obviously, you let us know if that is manageable in the time.
We shall see. Ilas,
Mhm.
you have been kind of out of it, and as you're unconscious, you begin to have this... Well, I'd like everybody to deafen for a moment.
Oh, it's on.
Obviously, I can't, so I'll just take my
So if
headphones
you
off.
take your headphones off. The headphones on.
If you right click on yourself, then you should be able to mute.
There, he's got it. So, Ilas, as you're kind of in this fugue-like, dreamlike state, you find yourself in that place that you find comfort in, that endless sea with the great moon above, though it seems just a little bit further away than normal. And you feel a pain in your back. Those whispers. Kill the blood. You wish to give in. Give in. And you hear a murmured song ahead of you. What do you do?
Is it a song that I recognise?
Kind of. It's similar to one of the many songs you've heard Eli sing before, though the voice is different.
He would pick up the counterpoint and begin to sing himself one of the less well-known and older songs, and unbeknownst to many, he has quite the singing voice.
Okay. Make a performance check for me.
Okay, that'll do. Plus 2, so 18.
18. Okay.
Do you need anything?
You kind of begin to sing, and the voice, the singing voice you hear becomes a lot clearer, but you hear that slight giggle, as though they've just picked up on someone joining them. And as you do, the whispers kind of subside behind you. And you find yourself drawn to a shoreline that you didn't see before. One covered in craggy rocks. You see a figure sat upon one of the rocks, singing and playing a harp. Doesn't look like a lie.
Okay. He would finish the song as he sort of walks up the shore.
As you kind of finish, there's a flourish on the harp. And the figure looks down at you. And you see this odd-looking halfling woman. Dark brown skin, long, kind of pale, long kind of black hair with these kind of streaks of pale pink through it. Wearing this dress that looks like loads of layers of waves curled over it. And you see various adornments on her of this bright orange and pink coral. In fact, the harp she's playing seems to be made of coral. And she smiles at you and says, "That was quite the trick, darling. I can't hold this for long, but get your people to my old temple. I may not hold much power now, but I'll do what I can."
Who are you?
Her smile kind of drops a little bit. You make a perception check.
Yeah. 23.
23.
Oh, no, sorry, 26.
26. For a brief moment, you see a flash. And instead of the smiling, colourful person you see in front of you, you see the same figure. Pale, leached of all colour for just a brief moment, with that sorrowful look on her face before it returns back. She smiles at you and says, "I'll have to return you to Mother Dearest now. Do be safe." She smiles and you wake up.
Yeah, sorry, wake up with a start.
Everybody back, yeah?
Yeah. Hopefully they all notice.
Well, I just tried
Some of them
using
do,
server
some
deafen
of
and undeafen, but it doesn't work.
No.
It's just Natalie
There we
and
are.
James. Ones that are not paying attention.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
James
got
is back.
James.
Sorry,
Just
it was
Natalie.
falling asleep.
Just Natalie.
Just Natalie.
Give her a call.
Popping off.
Give her a call.
Wake up, James. Woo, Natalie. Come back. Yay! She noticed.
We're back. Cool. So, who is down with Eyeless on the ship at the moment?
Not me.
No, I'll go straight up to
I'd
Finesse.
be the closest person.
I probably would have escorted him down and then just left him to it.
Well, after talking to the captain, I probably would have gone to Mirakai and curled up and had a little cry.
So, Wine, you're saying you're with Eyeless at the moment.
Yeah, I reckon I'd be closest, depending on like where he's gone. I'd definitely make sure he was back to where he was.
Okay. You see Eyeless awaken with a start. Sharp breath.
And there's just this torrent of celestial that just comes out of him.
I don't understand it. So I'll move closer. Again, like I did back on the, I want to say beach, but the rock the rock beach, will put one of my hands on his chest again, and then the other hand on the pendant, as that was one of the things he was holding with me when he brought me back, and just try and slow him down a little bit.
Okay.
Oh. Well, that was quite the trip.
Seems like both of us had a trip in today.
I think that we might be able to lead them to a safe place.
Okay.
This is going to sound odd, but I think it's somebody connected to the mother. It's an old temple, and she referred to returning after Mother Dearest. But she has a connection to the coral down here. I think we need to lead them.
A temple down here in the Undertow still connected to the mother.
In theory.
Whoever it was you spoke to, and you know I'm not exactly the most religious of us here, but can you trust them?
I don't see we've got much choice, but she stopped the voice and the sword trying to overtake me, at least for a time.
How much longer you got left? Because you didn't have long last time.
Hours, if probably less.
If we get to this temple, you'll have a bit more?
We'll see. I don't know.
Now, I'm assuming that I'm going to have to get back up on deck and follow the trident again then, right? That's where it's been leading us?
I believe so. I will come with you. I think it's going to take both of us.
I'll say that over this time, unless there's anything else anyone wanted to do, you can take a short rest if you wish.
Right.
All bar me and
Would that
Ollie?
include... Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, like, all bar me and Eyeless.
I'd say that the two of you could take a rest. Eyeless was sleeping for most of that.
Okay.
So.
And I was going to question if Kirkin gets the break, given that he's been tending to the body.
You can do if you wish. Mysis would kind of take it over, muttering something in Infernal, as they're kind of looking over the body.
Won't be letting her out from my sight, so I'll be following along at least.
Okay. So you can take a short rest if you choose to.
Oh, there's some really shit rolls.
Now that's... it's reset my maximum hit points, so I need to take that down again, don't I? Because that's only a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled the exact number I needed to get to max health.
Beautiful. Love it when that happens.
I've already used all of my hit dice anyway, so...
So, just to confirm this, because I do have one more left, there's no disadvantage to using it, or you only gain back a certain amount
So
the next
you'll
day?
regain half of your... I believe you regain half of your hit dice on a long rest. So it'll take a little while to bank them back up, but there's no full downside to using them all up.
That's what they're there for. Use them.
At the end of the day, if you don't use them, you might not be able to use them the next time you can use them.
Completely. I was just double checking that there was no
penalty.
Okay. So, as you continue to sail onwards, unless there is anything anyone else wishes to do.
Well, I just said that after talking to the captain, I would have sort of almost slightly out of it made my way to where Mirakai was
Mirakai is
resting
fast asleep.
and just curled up next to him and had a little cry.
I think that's the worst any one of us could have rolled, by the way, especially with me being a barbarian for hit dice.
Oh god, did you roll a 1? Don't forget you do add your constitution modifier per die.
No, yeah, obviously the D&D BN tells you that, but I rolled a 5, a 5, a 9, and the last one I used was a 2.
Oof. So, as you continue to sail, I would like everybody to make a perception check for me, please. No matter where you are.
Okay.
19.
19.
20.
90.
24 somehow.
Asleep
Natural
in
20 for
cargo
23.
Oof.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
22 for me.
I'm very alert while I'm crying.
10.
Apparently,
Tears
I'm
are
super alert when
magnifying
I'm tending to dead
everything.
bodies.
Okay.
Telescopic.
Quarantine, Aldris. What did you get, Lack?
19.
19. Quarantine, Aldris, Kirkin, and
22.
yes, Klein. You'll hear very faintly, just over the rush of water around you, a song. It sounds sorrowful, as though someone is singing in mourning.
The same song?
Yes.
Is it familiar to me? Have I heard this before?
No, not this one.
With this time, with that happening, and it's the same song, and the trident is being more active than it's ever been, is it kind of pointing towards where it sounds like it's coming from?
You think so?
That
As
is a
you get
very
up
vague
onto the-
question. Sorry.
As you get up onto the deck, Klein, you kind of follow where the trident is pointing. You see an island up ahead with a large structure on it, with these huge platforms of bleached white coral stretching out both from the building and from the wall of water behind it.
Different type of coral to the bad coral. Because that was like
all the same. All of the coral that you've encountered, all of this coral is bleached.
Would anybody have pointed this out? This song.
I would have done everything here, and I'll be like pointing it out to you.
A couple of the crew would also mention that they can hear this weird song.
Focusing on it, is it the same, or does it match the? Or is it slightly more sorrowful timbre to what I heard?
What was your perception check?
19.
19. You can't quite hear it.
Okay.
You do see this building. If you come up onto deck, you will see this building.
And the trident is pointing towards it?
The trident seems to be pointing towards it for the moment.
Captain, are we going towards the building or not? More landfall, more excitement.
I'll just kind of nudge Eyeless lightly and just get him to look at the trident, and I'll just give him that look as if to say, sure.
And then you'll just see a broad smile appear on his face, and he'll nod.
Captain. Hard to explain. A lot of this is I know. Trident's pointing into here. And Olis has been told that this could be a safe refuge for us to at least rest up for a while.
Let's make landfall then.
I will pilot
Okay.
the boat across to the island.
Okay. You kind of bring the boat closer to shore as best you can. As you're all kind of disembarking, Ilis, can you make a wisdom save for me, please?
Yep, of course I can. 20.
20. Okay, good to know.
Unless somebody come to get me, I'd still be in the hold.
With your permission, Captain, I would like to be first off, as I believe whoever's led us here communicated with me during my rest and has a connection for both me and Klein.
Yes, by all means. I'm never first off the ship. Usually Clyde is.
And I will be first off the ship to gain, but with a close eyeless following, I think.
Yeah.
I'll be just wherever the captain is. I'll be hovering above him, keeping a wary eye out.
Okay. So is
And
everyone going on shore to this building?
Just to make a note before we go, sorry, the NPC that was looking after the body. I'm not good with crew names yet.
Mysis.
My sis. I will leave instructions to her that there's nothing to happen to the girl unless I'm present.
You can be safe in me. I hold utmost respect for the dead. Vorazon wills it so.
Thank you.
Again, unless someone's come to get me, I'm still down in the hold.
Noticing the first mate has not appeared yet and we're at landfall, I will go and get the first mate.
Okay. There's a
Miss
knock
Quarantine.
Yes.
We have reached landfall, which I'm sure you'll agree is exciting. The last few times we've done this, it's been extremely exciting. But our moon boys seem to think it's going to be very safe. So, if
Very
you
well.
so desire, you should come ashore with the rest of us. But I understand if you're comfortable here.
I'll be there in a moment.
Very well. And I'll walk back up.
Okay.
Captain, I have advised Quarantine we are heading ashore.
Very good.
But
Well, shall we?
sounds like a plan.
Okay. You'll head ashore. Klein and Eilish, you two are the first to kind of approach this. You see this large structure in ruin. A lot of it is crumbling. A fair amount of the building is flooded, all with this bleached coral growing on top of it. You see a set of stairs leading up to the inside, broken statues that you can't make any detail of.
No words. I just want to say shapes, but it's not shapes. Fucking hell.
Icons?
Like icons, that's the one.
Iconography?
Thank you, Chad.
No.
Iconography. Any shapes?
Make
there
a
shapes?
perception or investigation check for me.
Is there a square shape
Fine.
or a triangle shape?
No, that was back at the elemental bit.
Is there shapes?
Investigation or perception, yeah?
Investigation or perception. Which
Okay.
one you pick may affect the outcome.
So, it's perception because it's the highest, but it's a low roll is 13.
13. You don't really see any. Most of the statues are so broken beyond repair that you can't really see any iconography here.
No shapes.
No, no shapes.
No shapes. Shapes are not here.
Okay.
Do we-
Well, as long as the trident still feels like it's taken.
The trident has kind of grown a little dormant now. As though it's led you to where it needed to for the
Yeah.
moment.
Can we sort of hear anything going on inside the structure as we enter?
Are you entering?
Yeah, I am.
I will with him.
Anyone who does enter the structure can make a perception check for me, please.
Oh God. low roll for me. 20.
20.
Mine's 16, but obviously minus the 1 is 15.
Okay.
Awesome. Natural 1 for 4. 5, sorry.
Good to know. Anybody else going inside?
12.
12.
17.
17.
10 again.
10. Perkin, quarantine?
Staying outside.
No? You're staying outside?
I would take a few moments to sort of tidy myself up, wash my face and everything. I'd probably try and wake Mirakai.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel anything about where we are? This place, they say it's safe. What do you feel?
Nice lady home.
Do you want to come with me?
Comfy.
Okay, you rest then.
And they kind of nuzzle you a little bit, seeing you in a bit of distress.
So I'll straighten my skirt, slap on a smile, and walk up and out.
Okay. So are you going inside the temple as well, quarantine then?
Yeah, eventually.
Make a perception check then for when you enter.
23.
3, okay. So quarantine, Eyeless, Zroot, and Lion. What did you get again, like? Sorry.
Only 13 for me.
13. Okay. So those 4, you will begin to hear this singing as well, and it is familiar, Eyeless.
So he
Though
would
a lot sadder.
he would change tack and sort of match the tone and begin to sing a similar sort of older, little known sort of moon ballad.
You kind of sing it for a while, but eventually kind of the singing fades into the back of your hearing. You just hear that rushing water. And all of you inside this building just feel sorrow. Feel this place is not happy. And the water inside the temple begins to stir. And we'll take a quick break.
Awesome. Okay, time for a break.
Time.
And welcome back. We've walked into a completely safe temple. I'll let you draw your own conclusions from that. Jane, take it away.
Okay. So, everyone except Kirkin are inside this temple, this feeling of sadness and sorrow kind of lingering in your hearts from being in this place. And the water from this kind of broken part of the ruin where the sea has kind of pushed its way inside begins to ripple. And you watch as the flow of water, similar to when Zarut was brought back to you during the fight way previously, kind of flows up onto the stone as a figure appears before you all. This elven figure wearing a deep blue dress, her skin marked with swirls of blue, these bright blue glowing eyes. She kind of brings her hands together and says, I finally caught up to you, Zarut. My word, do you move fast.
Do I know this person?
Make a history check.
Do I know this person?
Yes, you were speaking to her a few hours ago.
24.
Ooh, you could
24. Okay. This could be... That's interesting. Hang on.
Oh, I like it when he says interesting. It's all good when it's interesting.
The name jumps out to you.
Ooh,
100 goes,
interesting.
interesting. She
I
kind
would
of
just nod
catches her breath a little bit.
and say, Archmage.
She kind of just about to start speaking to you, so is taken completely off guard by that. Ah, you're here.
As ever.
Okay, that's good. Well, not really.
Not always. There is anybody pleased to see me.
Is everything going okay, Zarut?
Yes. We've had a little difficulty, but we're all alive.
I did get a sudden feeling of a lot of death going on nearby. And I thought, well, you know, the orders have been given, not a good thing. So, I might have a way out for you all.
The best news I've heard all day.
But, unfortunately, I know, it's further to the south from here, and you're going to have to go through one of the largest reefs in this place. And whilst this place is safe, down there is far from it. You're going to need to be ready. It also just so happens that the opportunity for you to escape is about 9 hours away.
9 hours.
Not as in
Distance.
not as in distance, but in time. Fortunately, I only have so much power in this realm.
How far is it in distance? How long do we have to rest here before we have to leave? Make the window.
I would suggest, and based on my swimming, compared to your vessel, probably about half an hour of sailing before you could get there.
Okay. time to rest then.
Yes. This place should be safe. She told me it was.
What about Ilas? He is not doing well. Will he hold?
Ah. She kind of turns to you, Eyeless. The one with the sword. Interesting.
Yes.
There's not much I can really offer you. I'm protecting your mind from its whispers, Zerut. But there's only so far my magic can stretch.
Perhaps, Mr. Eyeless, I could offer my services in assistance with the sword, if you think it would be appropriate for me to carry such a thing. As I have almost no memory, it shouldn't affect me.
It will be fine to carry it, but the rest would be appreciated.
Very well. But remember, the offer is there. I am, after all, a cleric as well.
And I thank you for it, Aldris, and I will take you upon it should I need.
Very well.
Could he channel the power of the water through the elemental shard I gave to help bolster him?
Possibly. Flowing water does keep these things at bay. I hope you've been told that. Did I tell you that? Oh, I hope I told you that. No, good. Flowing water, it stops this magic from regenerating. That's why they were imprisoned down here, I think. Sorry. Memory is playing up. She kind of thins her eyes and looks at you, Aldris, for a moment. It's like, I know you. No,
Oh, yes, you do, Marcella, you do indeed.
No. You must have someone else.
No, absolutely not. I never forget a face. Well, that's not quite true, but your face, certainly not.
Am I like the only confused one here, right?
Yes.
No,
So,
I'm
who are you?
confused.
Right.
I'm Aldris, Mr. Klein. If you remember,
No,
we
I
fought
know,
on the
I know
ship
that,
together.
Aldris. Like, Captain, like.
Look, it's fine. It's fine. We've spoken before. Don't worry about it. When she said you must have someone else, was that truthful? Because that was the name she gave to me.
She gave you Mercilla, not Marcella.
Oh, I assumed. Yeah, I remembered Mercilla. I just assumed someone said it wrong. Okay. Okay.
I'm being too clever, don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm doing
those were
very,
too
very
close
silly
for me
things.
to have gone, those are definitely different names.
Might be deliberate. So she's kind of the sword. This place might be relatively safe. Can't guarantee. She did say that this place is sacred.
You've said that twice now. She said it was safe. Who is she?
Yes, she did. No idea. Sorry.
Right.
She... long frizzy hair, plays a harp.
Long frizzy
Don't
hair,
remember
plays
her
a
name
harp.
at all, sorry. Can't really help you.
Doesn't ring any bells, sorry.
Dark skin, pink coral.
Yes, that's the one. It should be safe here. It might suppress the sword. What I'll do is I will enhance the currents around this area. It won't affect your ship, don't worry, it won't drift off. But you should be safe-ish here. I can't guarantee anything, but I will do what I can. I'm doing a lot of things at once.
Is there a fall of water within this place?
Yes, you can see kind of the back of the temple just dissipates into it. Make a perception check for me, please. Eyeless, if you're looking that way.
Yeah. Oh god, not 20 for 31.
31, okay. I'm going to send you a message or something.
Roger, Dodger.
Brief moment for me, please, here, folks.
Sure.
Talking about yourselves. Alright, then.
So, Captain,
I like this woman.
how do you know Marcella here? She's been around a while.
I think you mean Marcella.
No, Stephanie Marcella.
No, definitely Marcella. Marcella, that's my name.
Not. No, it isn't. Sorry. I think your memory must be slightly clouded there.
Just are you sure you're not misremembering this?
I mean, I admit, misremember quite a few things. But I think in this case, my assistance from the lovely Sphinx has kicked in, shall we say.
Like, I am super confused though, right? Because I thought she was like Queen of the Desert, and like we're in the sea, right?
The Sphinx?
Sorry, I was distracted by something there for a minute.
No, Marcella.
Sphinx?
Yes, Ahandra.
Thanks, Dan.
Hanra. I know that name, I think.
You know her partner?
Oh, all Sphinxes have a partner, that's normal.
Ahanamura is her partner.
Do you know where her partner is?
Your
Didn't help me
camera
there,
is
sorry.
definitely
I don't
broken
even know where
back.
this Sphinx you're talking about is.
With the fall of water at the back, does it look like I could go and sit with it? Sort of just coming down across my shoulders.
Possibly.
Okay, I'm going to make my way back to the fall of water.
You hear a voice in your head, Eyeless. Be quiet. So, okay, so I've just been distracted by the things. I'll do what I can. There's a seaway just around the corner, just outside, that will take you to where it's going to happen in about 9 hours. I'll try and speed it up and try and have it ready for when you get there, but the place is dangerous. I can't stress this enough, Zurd.
What sort of danger will we face?
I kind of feel bad. The ones that I dropped you in the middle of after our chat.
Right.
What's the word? Oh God. Dead people walking again.
Friendly
a word for
puppies.
No.
Okay.
People walking it, zombies?
Yes, that's the one. Zombies with all the coral sticking. Very
Yes.
dangerous, unfortunately.
Okay.
Such a shame. She was so upset to learn about that.
Who?
Oh,
The
coral
harp
harp lady. Yeah. Couldn't tell you her name.
Does that imagery ring any bells?
Make a religion or a history check if you wish.
Can I also do that?
Make a religion or a history check if you wish.
I think.
I'm going to immerse myself in the surface water and then sit cross-legged.
Nope.
As you do that, the whispers don't fully disappear, but they do quiet.
I got a 9, so nope.
I got 22.
22. Anyone else doing a
Oh, if we can, I'll do
history or
probably.
religion if you wish?
Yeah, 11.
Ooh, Nat, your
I think we've
camera
lost
is
Nat again.
possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
Technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah, it's normal. What did you get on religion or history?
Who, me?
Or were you doing one, or are you not? It's an open religion and history role about the iconography, corals and harps.
The shapes.
I'll try.
The shapes. The shapes!
There are shapes everywhere.
But no, 9.
Zarut, the only kind of coral imagery that comes to mind would be quiche. This big turtle god with a reef on his back, but as far as you know, he's not associated with harps. Stuff like that.
Okay.
And he also tends to be more of a masculine figure. You're not really sure. Oop. Who'd we lose there?
Debbie.
Debbie.
And
She's back.
And we're back.
I'm there.
Okay.
So, I think that was everything. Yes, a way out and the sword. I do hope, by the way, that the message got through to you, Zarut. That parrot is a nightmare. Getting him to behave.
He's lovely. I'll have no such things said about him.
Poe is far more conversant. Anyway, my best of luck to you all. I will be doing what I can. Yes. And it's Marcilla, by the way, she says to you, Aldris.
Yes,
if you need me,
Archmage Marcella.
Zarut, you have the stone. Just give it a squeeze and I'll be along as best I can.
I love to squeeze a stone.
Ta-ra! And the elf just turns into a puddle of water.
Well, she was very interesting.
Klein, you don't need to talk to this puddle. Just saying.
I think it might
Well-
be a great idea, to be honest.
Kind of did cross my mind, but you never know. Oh, and on that, she said flowing water helped keep the baddies away, right? So maybe we should try and like time when each of us is going to have like a pee, so like it adds to the effect, right?
It's a good idea, Klein.
Thank you, Bolton. I thought so.
I think, actually, can we see Eyeless?
Yeah, you can see Eyeless kind of sat meditating, occasionally the water spraying over his head.
I think he's got enough stream at the moment.
You don't want to cross the streams.
I thought that was a golden idea, Klein.
You've got to be very careful round here. Being close to rushing water tends to blur the mind.
Right. Okay.
I myself am not affected by it. But obviously, others may not be so fortunate.
Well, in order to avoid the blur, I'm going to take a break with some coffee and TV.
Very good.
So I don't know what I prefer more, that amazing pun or the amazement I have for the fact that Fiddy spelt the name of the god right in the meme he made.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. I assume that you looked at the document.
Of course.
Actually looked at the spelling.
Yeah.
It's a
I
shame
was
it's
trying to
already
figure
have an
out some
inspiration
East
point.
Lorraine type joke there.
There's quiche, Lorraine. Oh, that's what I should call her. Oh well.
Yes, I think if that's all said and done, a rest is definitely well in order.
So you're all going to take a long rest.
Captain, do you think it's worth putting watches up? I know your friend, the Archmage, said it was safe, but
I will stay up to begin with, and I'll get someone else up when I need to rest.
Also, should we tell Mr. Kirkin what's going on? He doesn't seem to be here.
Yes, good point. I'll send Morris to the ship to relay a message to Kirkin.
Kirkin, you're outside. You see Morris kind of fly up to you, this little parrot. What was it you wanted Morris to tell Kirkin?
It'll just say, "Come in, safe."
Huh? Safe? Come in.
Fair enough. Stagger on in.
Make a perception check for me, please. I was about to say wisdom save. No, that's very different.
Perception. What does it say? I keep misreading the dice. And non-natural 20.
You also hear that kind of sorrowful, mournful song just on the currents.
Kind of late.
So, you're taking a rest. Okay. Iris. As you're taking a rest for 8 hours,
Yes.
I would like you to make 4 wisdom saving throws at advantage for me, please.
Okay, so 27 on the first one. Oh dear. 18 on the second.
I'll
25 on
tell
the
you.
third.
I'll tell you if anything happens.
21 on the fourth.
Okay, good to know. You feel the sword getting more and more insistent, but you keep holding against it. And you'll take a long rest.
Yeah. The more he tries to whisper, the more that I'm going to keep that original song that that was sung while in the vision, in the dream.
Yeah.
And he's going to respond with that, and basically sort of retaliate almost.
Yeah. The song in the back of your very edge of your hearing just remains sorrowful.
It's basically Iris going, "I'm Henry the Eighth Fire, Henry the Eighth Fire," to try and drown out this whispering.
It's more along the lines of basically, I've got a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves.
And the sword's like, fucking asshole, just break. So, you're all rested. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Can I?
Going back to tending the body.
I just want to look across at Iris and see how is he really doing. Is this sword getting to him, or is it
Make an insight check.
not, or insight check?
And I'll say
Oh, for God's sake! 16.
16. He seems to be holding strong. It's
Okay.
taking a lot of his concentration to keep it at bay, but he's doing well.
Good.
You don't think it's going to break anytime soon.
Okay.
Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, well, that's up to Aldris.
I don't think Aldris thinks it's good or bad either way. He's just interested.
Fair enough. So, you arrive back on board and you see Kirk, and you head down and you find Mysis with the body. You see that they've kind of left it in the robes that it was wearing and have kind of bound, have just kind of been watching the body.
I assure you, she has passed.
I know. It's just very unfortunate. The
Unfortunate.
Yes. Well, I had a chat with her. She was betrayed. Her mistress seems to have gone out of her. She can no longer hear her mistress's voice, which is odd. I don't know much about all of the gods of the seas, but I was consulting the literature, and only one really jumped out at me with this iconography. It'd be Visnar's. And that is odd. Apparently, according to the book, she's quite proactive, though still secretive. Seems weird that her followers would be obsessed with these horrible things. Horrible, horrible leeches.
I do not believe she wears these robes willingly. I think she was clothed in them by her betrayers.
I think she does. She has a marker tattoo of being part of the religion, part of the, if you wish to call it that, cult. But I think there's more at play here. So I have to keep an eye on it. Marquez and his brood, Visnas in particular, are vicious, but not like this. So I'm going to go and alert the captain if he's back on board. And Mysis will come and find you and kind of relay that information as well. That they believe the young woman was a member of the kind of was following Visnar's, and something doesn't add up right.
Is Proshka about?
Yeah, she's kind of stood on deck. It looks like she had a nap at one point. She's kind of on guard.
I'll go up behind her and a hefty shove on the shoulder.
Make an athletics check for me, please. It has proficiency in athletics. Fortunately, she doesn't roll very well.
Unfortunately, I did. 23.
23. Yeah, you kind of catch her off guard and bring her to the floor.
Right.
Ah, you fuck it. Ah, Klein, you want to let her go, do you? I
Well,
thought you were too exhausted.
That rest seems to have helped me out a little bit, Sully. Do you want to see who the weak one is now, right?
Florentine would be jealous.
Well, I reckon she would, but I think I'd break one of her arms in an arm wrestle, right?
Oh, I wasn't thinking about arm wrestling.
Who's the weak one now?
Different kind of wrestling.
Well, of course you would.
Make an athletics check for me, please.
24 this time.
She got. No, +4 +2. She got 26.
Ooh.
With that 20. She kicks you off of her and gets to her feet. But more important things to do now. Captain? She nods to you.
I'll give her one of those handshakes. Righto.
So, what would you all like to do?
I will. I will just ask, Captain, your orders.
Well, how long has it been since we spoke with Marcella?
About 8 hours. So you're coming up onto the time, she said.
We need to prepare to leave in about 30 minutes.
Very
We'll
well.
pack up everything here, get back on the ship, make sure everything is in order. By that time, we should be ready to go.
Righto.
Captain,
Right.
don't want to overstep my mark here, but maybe leave a little bit beforehand. I know she said it was like half an hour, but quite a rough reef, she said. Just in
We'll
case.
leave as soon as we're ready to. But I also, given the warning of those coral zombies, I don't want to get there and be waiting around for 15 minutes.
Well, no, definitely not. I'll make sure everything's strapped down and everything's ready to go.
We'll approach slowly, and as soon as I don't even know what we're looking for, some sort of portal, perhaps. I don't know. I should have asked, but
Purple.
whirlpool. It's a whirlpool. Yes. Was that you, Morris? No,
Morris shrugs at you.
yes. We're looking for a whirlpool, so I think we approach slowly, see it from a distance. As soon as the whirlpool is open, we just go for it. Use everything we've got to get through as quick as possible.
Righto.
Okay.
Karen will just go
So-
around deck, making sure everything is strapped down, like it usually is. And then also with any bits of spare rope on board, we'll tie it strategically to strong pieces of wood if anybody needs to grab on and hold on on the deck, that is.
Seeing all this preparation that Clyde is doing and hearing the word whirlpool, I will once again ask to be lashed to the wheel.
Klein will happily do that walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
Aldous is lashed to the wheel.
let's go.
I'm gonna go let Mirakai know what's going to happen.
Okay. Do you want me to be help?
If you think you can without getting hurt.
And they kind of try to stand up and are stood a little bit unsteady.
Just stay safe here.
Okay. You call if help need
Okay.
help.
I know what you meant.
You feel better? You sad earlier.
Been a strange time since we got here. I just want to be able to see the sky again.
This place home to Mirakai. But not like this.
Did you want to stay?
No. Stay with you.
I'm glad.
Anything else anyone wishes to do in preparation?
Just to check with you, PM. I know it's all very soupish around here, but had a long rest. We've obviously been down here for quite some time as well. Does it feel like the Trident may have its charge back?
Oh, that's a question. See, it was late afternoon when you... What does it say on the Trident? When
Blessed for the beginning of a journey, the Trident has a +1 to attack. Additionally, the wielder may use a Trident to cast a spell guidance once every high moon.
It's high moon, so that'd be about midnight.
The
You get the sense that it does.
Okay, thank you. Charge off.
So, go around with the rest. Balkin, Lack, Birkin, anything you guys are doing?
Not particularly.
No, I'll just be on deck. I thought just.
I'll be up in the crow's nest calling out any dangers I see on the way forward.
Okay.
I'll be standing behind the mast, being ready to give us a burst of speed if need be.
Okay. So, you begin sailing, and the currents seem to catch you, as though they're...
Who's throwing raisins?
Morris is throwing raisins at you. You begin sailing, and as I say, the currents in the water seem to catch you and pull the ship forwards, speeding its sailing. As you begin to sail down, you see more and more of this coral. Some of it deep in the water below you, some of it poking from the sides, all around. And in the parts where the walls grow very close, the coral almost seems to form arches above you. You sail further and further, seeing more of this coral, a huge reef laid out before you. The water seems to open, and you see islands of coral now around you, sandbanks, and it's eerily quiet, save for the flow of the water. You see even further down, you see a much larger island with arches of coral all around you and a pathway even further to the south. Klein, your trident begins to glow and point.
Yep. Southwards, I take it, yeah.
Beckoning you this way.
Yep, I hold it in front so obviously Aldris can see.
Do you want me to do any skill checks for going through these narrow passages?
No.
I think the plot hook might have us.
Just asking,
It's a bit linear, but no, I know. I'm being a bit railroady, but don't.
No, that's fine.
This train don't stop it. So
We have plot armor until we don't.
as you continue to sail onwards,
Off the edge of the map.
off the edge of the map, yes.
Ah!
Anyone who's looking at, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure.
21.
Natural one for 7.
Please tell me the natural one sees a visage of Styx playing the song just on the embankment. I got a
15.
19.
17.
20.
27.
27. What was that you got, Zarut?
20.
20, okay. So, Kirkin, are you looking out?
13.
13, okay. Zarut, Eyeless, Balkan, the three of you kind of look out and can see this kind of water spout leading up far, far down this passage, leading up all the way to that roiling sea, and you see a large roiling whirlpool seemingly in that sea in the sky. And as you kind of look up to it, you see shapes falling. Thud, thud, splash, splash, as you see these bodies land on the deck, and they begin to kind of rise, and you see more of the coral-encrusted zombies. I'd like everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Are there like squares falling and circles and
Shapes.
Yeah, all of the
just
shapes.
all the shapes that Fiddy was
Fuck
looking
you.
for earlier?
Fuck you all.
And I will also ask you all to please position yourselves on the deck of the Elusive Tide on the map on roll 20. Don't worry about, the big black boxes either side. You don't need to worry about those.
Nothing there.
No shapes there.
I would also like,
Flipping
and
shapes.
this will come into effect when we do. I'd also like you guys. I would like 4 volunteers from you, people to play Mysis, Orkana, Proshka, and Gabby for this encounter. The 4 that I rolled to be on deck.
I can
mind doing one.
barely play my own character, so I'll pass.
I think.
I'll take one.
Yeah, I think all,
I don't mind.
I don't mind
get
either.
the whole thing up.
Okay.
we
We've
don't
got 4 volunteers.
Mine's fairly
right,
simple.
the-
So.
the captain have Orkana. I
I've
think.
already got a crazy fey octopus, a tentacle. So why not add another humanoid to my list?
Okay. I'll give Captain first choice. Who of the 4 do you want to take control of for this?
Find it.
She'll roll a d4. 4.
4.
So
if you go from the top to the
Mysis
bottom, that'd be
going down?
Mysis.
Yeah.
Mysis. All of their stat blocks should be in that the Elusive Tide stat blocks spreadsheet.
Yeah,
So,
I can never
Mysis
find a
Zegreth,
spreadsheet.
Tiefling Death Speaker.
Oh, I should have just picked Orkana. I know she's the highest level.
I think it'd
Captain's
make more sense
prerogative,
if
you
you
can
had
change your mind.
Orkana.
Yeah, can have you running Orkana if you wish.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So
That sounds
we'll have Martin taking control of Orkana Fluridis, Progenitor Elf, Arcanic Botanist, which is a hell of a combination of words.
Words.
If you guys want vague descriptions on what they're capable of, Gabby is a rock gnome pickpocket. Mysis is a tiefling death speaker, and Proshka is a silver wand brute.
Prostitute.
I think I'm happy.
Doing Fiddy doing Proshka as well as Clyde could be hilarious.
Bantering with himself
Yeah.
through the fight.
I mean, I could do, but if somebody else wants to play it, I'm happy with whatever.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I'll go Proshka then.
Okay, say Fiddy is on. I was about to say Fiddy's on Proshka, but Fiddy will be
After.
playing Proshka. Martin. Proshka. So that leaves Mysis and Gabby.
I know. I said what I'd do one. Who was the other person?
The Ash.
Who do you want to control in Ash?
You just pick one and I'll take what's left.
So the choice between effectively a cleric and a rogue.
Well, since you're got cleric head on, might just be easier if you do Mysis and I'll do Gabby.
Roger.
Okay.
Eyeless getting quarantined sloppy seconds there.
He wishes.
And then, yeah. So I will say I don't know how well balanced all of these abilities are. This is going to be a trial by. Well, I was about to say trial by fire, but it's trial by Coral. For this, what I am going to do, this one, and then I wait for it, and then I run this differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to get your initiatives if I have enough paper. to
Are you
write
wanting
this.
us players to roll for them as well?
Yes, please. Just
Hang
for the
on.
moment.
Let me just
We're
get
not
rid
going
of
to. We're not going to begin the fight tonight. I will
Yeah,
let
that's
you know. I'm just going to go over how this is all going to work because there's a bit more to it.
I just need to get rid of my meme generator page, just so I can see everything.
Natural one.
Okay, so what I'll say is 25 to 20.
23.
23 for Black. Anyone else?
2 seconds.
I
I
got
had to roll for Proshka.
20. Yeah, I still got them.
Is that 20 for
20 for Zarut.
Zarut? Okay.
I just had their decks, don't I? Okay.
Yeah. I keep second guessing myself on where the H is in your name. Yeah, it's at the beginning.
I thought I'd rolled
to the
bad
end.
for me, but I rolled even worse for Gabby.
Okay, 15 to 20.
16.
Yes.
16 there.
So
17.
Klein got a 19,
19 for the climb.
and Proshka got a 17.
Okay. So 19
Just roll
was
as well.
Proshka, yeah?
No, 19 was Klein,
19 was Klein.
17 Proshka.
Anyone on 18? No.
Kirkin on 17.
17, so that's Proshka and Kirkin there. Who's got the higher dex between the two?
I've got 12.
So it's +1 on
Minus
Proshka.
1.
-1, so it'll be Proshka then.
I don't know if this will make any difference, but I think I said I got 20, but I got 22.
22.
Just to-
Okay.
In case
Thank you.
that's important.
Thank you. So 17 plus was Proshka. And then 17 minus is Kirkin. And then there was a 16 here as well.
Aldris.
That was Aldris. And then, okay, so no 15s there, yeah? Okay, 10 to 15.
13 for Mysis.
13 for Mystis. Anybody else here?
Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh my word, guys.
What? Orkana got a 10 if you're in 10
Orkana
to
got
15.
10. Okay. Okay. And then... So, 5 to 10.
9 for
9 for Iris.
yes.
5 for quarantine.
5 for quarantine. Anybody in between? Nope.
And 4 for Gabby.
Oh, blimey.
And what was that for Balkan then?
Natural 1 for 3.
Oof.
That was
Slotopus.
Slotopus.
So, Black, Zarut, Klein, Proshka, Kirkin, Aldris, Mysis, Orkana, Ilis, Quarantine, Gabby, Balkan. I believe that is everybody.
Certainly looks that way.
Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And
6,
no bad people. Awesome.
12. Cool. I'll sort those out. So, this is going to be a fight. Two things I'll need to make people aware of. Particular notice to Zarut and Quarantine. You guys have a bonus action whilst on board. You can call for aid, and more of the crew can come up and assist you in the fighting. And also, I reveal what this is. So along that right-hand side, it should have popped up.
Yep.
Is where the elusive tide is in the undertow.
Gotcha.
Roger,
It will move 3 spaces on initiative count 20 every turn. And unless someone uses their action before it moves, it will proceed in the direction it is facing. So Aldrich lashing himself to the wheel may have been beneficial.
Mm.
And so, unless anyone has any questions, if they can't access the document,
Just
let me know.
we're moving 3 spaces every turn. Can we speed that up?
Possibly. I will note the sails don't have any wind at the moment. You're reliant entirely upon ocean currents.
I was thinking exactly that. I can cast Gust of Wind and put some wind in the sails, literally.
The captain bends over and barks loudly into the sails.
That means I won't have time.
I have a question.
Yeah?
When you say in the direction it's facing, so that's the arrow, because at the moment it's facing directly down.
Yes, it's just facing directly down.
Will it take me one of the 3 squares to turn the ship?
I'll say for ease of this, because it's not on a hex, that it's because I'm kind of hand waving a little bit because of the complexity of this, is that you can kind of turn as you see fit here. I think the Elusive Tide gets like 3 turns in a move anyway.
Oh, I don't have control of the
I will get that for
ship
you.
icon.
Oh, actually, no, that's because I was going to control it myself.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to keep track of that. But yeah, that will go on initiative 20 for your records.
Okay, so I
I'm
don't need to move the ship.
You don't need to move the ship, but
Right.
you may have to use your action to turn it if need be.
Yep. Okay, I got it.
So, is that clear for everybody?
Yep.
Oh. Do you maybe see now why I put the checkpoint room with all the health packs and the ammo refills?
Yeah.
In that temple.
Yeah, we all knew it was gonna come.
The suspicious.
We've all
like,
played
auto
games for a long time.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is that will be where we will end for tonight. I know it's a little bit early, but I feel getting into this combat's going to be something better done.
Yeah.
Next week.
Okay.
Is that positioning for the Roll20 map okay for you guys, so I can just line it up for next week?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just to give a little kind of teaser, I do have all of these guys ready. All of them.
Righto.
Right. This is full of my little bits, but
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. It's
Maybe
fine.
The last combat was dangerous.
None of us have died yet. It's fine.
We're all good.
Yeah.
Imagine if you hadn't gotten the rest.
Yeah.
Weirdly, Ilis's gambit kind of made it a little bit more obvious. But yeah, we'll end it there if you want to end the stream as well.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
And
So,
if anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know.
yep. Thank you all for playing. Well done, Jade. It was it's certainly an interesting episode. Lots of lore and death and
Rather lore heavy.
exciting times. So, as ever, we will be back on Sunday for The Investigators, where it's also exciting times. And we will be back, obviously, next Tuesday for whatever happens here with the shambling creatures of death. So, yeah, we will see you all very soon. If you liked it, fantastic. We're glad you enjoyed it. If you didn't, off you fuck.